Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Season 20, Episode 10, Extending an Olive Branch. It's really the beginning of the Kody apology tour that's been teed up in the trailer.
Teed up, and it's the concept of introducing a storyline and then having that thing happen is unheard of in the Sister Wives universe. You have to talk about doing something for at least a week and a half before we actually get to see that thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, I've been trying to be positive about this season because I know a lot of the audience feels like at this point we're just watching paint dry, right? It's not entertaining.
Well, some stuff is good.
Okay, but that's the problem. There's not enough of the good stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely a severe lack of television quality content. And I think that's most evident with our gal Meri, because this was another
Meri?
interim. Yes.
I'm looking at Christine.
I'm looking at Janelle. Well, okay, so here's my thing. For as much shit that's going on in Janelle's life, we are not televising the right stuff for that. She had a lot going on, and then this is just a New Orleans girls trip to cap off and celebrate the selling of Coyote Pass?
I think the problem is they can't come up with any new questions to ask them. So we're watching them answer the same stuff over and over again.
Okay.
I don't need Janelle to rehash to me once again why she got into polygamy, what her family thought of it, what it was like when her mom married Kody's dad.
We've talked about it for 20 seasons of this show, and basically 2 books, too, because, Christine was kind of talking about some of Janelle's experience in her book, too. So, we've had plenty of time to cover all the angles of what's going on with this. We do not need to have the opening question on this girls' trip episode be, so what did you tell your mom when you wanted to get into polygamy? That was 30 fucking years ago.
Well, also, why are we continuing to revisit the past as we're trying to write a story about what the future is going to look like?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what that is. Why Janelle got into polygamy in the first place? She's not into polygamy anymore. She's out. It's over.
Hopefully.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
I hope this isn't going in another direction that we're not expecting.
No, it can't. It couldn't possibly.
No, the other thing that's hard is watching Kody about to go on this tour where he's going to give apologies to all of his ex-wives, thinking it's going to help facilitate a better relationship with his kids. When we had Leon post on Instagram last week about the fact that Kody has made zero effort to reach out to not only them, but also disputes the idea that Kody has reached out to any of the kids.
So, they must know some stuff that we don't know, or, just from the personal experience side of things, obviously that's worth noting here.
I just feel like to take a break from a social media hiatus to set the record straight really tells you how upset Leon is about seeing Kody all over the internet in his special forces interviews or on the show saying the stuff he is when it's clearly untrue. So
it's worth combating, yeah.
We're going to have to maybe use that lens as we talk about these next few episodes because maybe it is disingenuous.
Pretty much everything about the guy is disingenuous at this point. We are not so easily fooled by this because even on Special Forces, yeah, it was there's some level of understanding, something that's going on here. No, there's no self-realization. He's just saying things to have the DS stop talking to him. And he's just trying to avoid these questions.
Which is a good point because I think he's trying to give people what they want to hear in this apology tour so that they will stop talking about him. So instead of getting them to stop talking to him about something he doesn't want to talk about, now he just wants them to stop talking about him.
I don't think that this is going to do what he wants it to do. But yeah, we'll get into that and more here this episode. Where do we want to start with?
I have an episode description if you want to hear
yeah, episode description. So that way we know what we're getting into here.
Janelle gets bolder in the dark. Meri signs up for a Vegas girls event. Robyn scales back Kody's apology tour. Christine contributes absolutely nothing.
Christine didn't contribute much, but Isabel did in that segment, right?
Okay, so I thought about putting Isabel in the description, but then I felt like it was unfair to place like a storyline on one of the kids, especially when it relates back to Kody again, coming off the heels of everything that's been happening online with like the Kody and Leon stuff.
Well, Christine's doing that. She's like, I don't have anything to film here, Isabel. Why don't you talk about how disappointing Kody is to have as a father?
I know that's what they did. I'm trying not to.
Okay, all right.
Janelle, should we start there? We're
Please,
still on this trip to NOLA.
Okay, and we're not talking through any of the stupid family history stuff that we have talked about endlessly, incessantly. Go back and listen through the archives if you need to. We've got all 20 seasons over on Patreon, ad-free. Check it out, patreon.com/survivingpod if you must. But we're not going to get into all that as far as that. What I want to focus on are just some of the other little tidbit, snippet things that Janelle did bring up and mention in passing here.
Okay, so I thought it's weird that Janelle's on this trip and she's like, it's so good to get back to being the spontaneous gal that I used to be.
To be able to just pick up and go in a moment's notice and like, you know, wherever the wind blows me sort of stuff. And it's like, what? We don't know her. We don't know this person that Janelle is describing.
That would never have been a word that I would have used to describe her.
Janelle's a planner. Janelle doesn't do the spontaneity, impromptu stuff like this. So she is kind of entering her yes man era, but like...
Trying to watch her dance in the street because she can't cut loose.
She was doing the finger dance again. She was trying.
That's as crazy as it gets.
That's what she's open and willing to participate in when it comes to dancing on camera. But no, yeah, she doesn't know. She needs people around her to
show her how to have fun.
Yeah, because like she can't do it on her own. And honestly, it's like good. This is good to see Janelle in this place where she can feel like she can cut loose a little bit.
I mean, sure, girl, if that's what you think you're doing, go live your best life.
Do more of that then. Just keep doing this. But man, there were a few spots Janelle loves to get a little sip of something in her, and then she's kicking her feet and giggling about all sorts of stuff.
Oh, well, whenever anybody brings up Kody and makes a joke about him, like she had it with the visor last episode. I don't remember what she got like all giddy about this one. I'm assuming something about how much of a loser Kody is.
It's just any direct quote of Kody, things that Kody has said on the show, and then to spin it back onto him and his behavior. Oh man, she really loves that. She would love the pod, is what I'm getting at.
Do you believe she gets bolder in the dark?
I
think maybe that's where Janelle thrives.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. When the cameras are off.
Maybe the cameras are on.
Well,
night vision's on.
Man.
The lights are off.
Oh. Okay.
And Janelle's on something else.
Oh. On a whole nother level, basically, is what's going on. Because she did. They went upstairs and they were throwing beads at people. That was on a different level.
Well, she wasn't going to be down in the street.
No.
Trying to earn the beads.
No, she's not comfortable with that. But she is willing to distribute the beads as they are earned.
Was there anything that even came from the POV about, you know, her mom's thoughts on her joining polygamy other than like, I mean, maybe it'd be nice if Kody and Janelle could get back to just being brother and sister again.
Yeah, stop making it weird.
I mean, maybe we could just get to like that amicable level where we can see each other at family reunions and it's not a problem.
Yeah, we don't need the sibling rivalry of who's getting over this divorce better. Just leave that alone.
Well, so speaking of, later in the episode, Janelle goes to Maddie to talk to her about how Kody has reached out because he wants to get together. Surprisingly, he's willing to make the trip to North Carolina. He's not asking her to come out to Flagstaff again.
Which that's surprising.
I thought he wasn't allowed to leave.
The She-Ra shot dude?
Yeah, did he have to get clearance from Robyn to take this trip?
Probably, yeah. He had to turn in his PTO request and make sure that that was approved on an administrative level.
I was automatically suspicious when we found out that that's where he's starting this, is that he's going to start with apologizing to Janelle.
Well, Janelle's the easiest to apologize to right now.
Well, not just right now. I feel like Janelle's always had low standards for him.
Well, that too. Oh, yeah, she talked about that.
She's like impressed by very little.
Well, actually, no. Meri was talking about how she has low standards for her dates, low expectations. So maybe that is just a running consistency thing that we've seen amongst the ex-wives now, is that, yeah, the bar was low, continues to be low.
Well, over the course of 30 years, it sunk lower and lower to the point that they're at today.
I mean, so for Janelle, what she's saying is that it's like, it's not going to take much probably to convince her. Because even we saw that in the preview when he says, I'm sorry, and then she seems impressed by that. That was literally it. All he said was, I am sorry.
I mean, she said, wow.
That was like an impressed wow, though, right? Like she was
She
a little surprised in it, a little shock because she wasn't expecting that probably. But like, I don't think she's going to ask any follow-up questions. She's not going to ask any clarifying details. She's not going to have any additional points to go over. And so that's why Kody's like, oh, we could chalk this one up as a win and then move on to the next one. And then if that person has an issue, so if it's Christine or if it's Meri,
I have
then
one
I can
successful apology in the bank already.
I could say, the problem is not me. I apologized to Janelle just fine. That went great. So you need to be better at accepting apologies, I think.
I'm really hoping we get sassy Janelle who shows up that day, because we get a lot of her in the confessional. So I'm going to need her to think a little bit more on her feet.
Yeah, we need Lamarca Janelle to show up and kick her feet and giggle. Get a good chuckle out of all this.
I was kind of surprised that Maddie said she was... So first she said, I'm open to forgiveness, to forgiving Kody. And I thought, okay, good. There's a difference between forgiveness and reconciliation. And then she went on to say, and reconciling, but for us to have an actual relationship moving forward, he would have to be consistent. Because, you know, one of the things that Maddie's been most upset about is his lack of consistency being present in her kids' lives.
Right. Yeah. So like she would need to see, which is fair, right? Of if you're going to come to your adult child and apologize to them, hey, sorry for not being there. Sorry for not supporting you. Sorry for whatever the shortcomings are that you're going to own up to. And then you don't change any of your behaviors and you still let them down in all of those same ways that you just apologized for, then your apology doesn't mean anything. So I think that's what she's getting at here too, is that the words don't mean much without the service that comes along with them.
The actions.
Yeah, you need to show that there is a change, that there is intention to repairing the relationship and then maintaining that as well.
I'm not so sure, though, that when Kody apologizes, that it means that he wants to have a relationship moving forward.
No, I don't think so. I think he's looking for absolution. He
Yes.
wants to be absolved of any wrongful doing. And then also, you can't talk shit about me anymore because I came and apologized. I was the bigger man.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
He's tired of everybody talking crap about him on TV.
With valid points too, of like the things that they are referencing that he has said or done, he is in the wrong. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but he's at the point where he wants everyone to stop talking about that now and just move past it like it never happened.
Yeah, we're going to need you to ignore that and then just move past it.
It was interesting that Janelle mentioned that Kody called her on the first anniversary of Garrison's passing and then on his birthday that year. I think he kind of scored some points with her for that she was actually taken aback by the fact that he went out of the way to do that and check on her.
Well, and that she had those moments too of like, maybe I should call Kody, that might be weird. And then he reached out to her. So she was genuinely surprised at that too. So she was impressed. I think it has more so to do with the Coyote Pass sale though, probably.
Yeah. So
in terms of timing,
they had been talking a lot in the last few months leading up to the sale of the property, which she mentioned in this episode. Also, we know that was happening because she was trying to backdoor deal Meri out of the land.
Well, Kody and Janelle were trying
Someone
to
was
sell
debatable
things out from under everybody else.
So they were having a surprising number of phone calls during that time period. But Garrison's passing is early March, and then his birthday is in April, and all of that is coinciding with the timeline of leading up to selling the property, which happened in late April.
The following year. Yeah.
Well, the same year of this happening.
Yeah, what she's talking about, them staying in contact as much related to the sale. That is that exact time frame. So is he going to do that next year? Is that going to be a continued thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, of looking at it from that lens, is this just because of the Coyote Pass sale?
Okay, so to me, I'm feeling like this lends more credence potentially to Janelle working behind the scenes with Kody to try to push everybody out and get the property done. Because of the fact that he's seeing her as like being a team player, being on his side, right? He's clearly not thinking of her as an enemy at this point in time, the way that he has spoken about Meri and Christine. So is that because he felt like they were buddy-buddy because of what was going on with the property? And so he was more willing to be empathetic and reach out? Because he's not always able to find that kind of energy for other people.
No. Well, and then that's the thing, too, is it's normally Cody's pattern of behavior, which this still ties into, is that he rewards you for good behavior.
Yes.
So Janelle is on board with, hey, if we need to sell this out from under Meri and Robyn's feet, then you and me, Kody, will go in on that. And Kody liked that. So what does he do? He goes out of his way to check on Janelle, her emotional well-being during these troubling times. And yes, it's a tough month span here for her. He wants to make sure that his partner in crime's doing all right.
I just don't like that a whole year has gone by, right? Where not only Janelle, but your children have been struggling and you haven't made the effort to reach out to them, from what we know. Clearly, he didn't talk to Janelle about anything aside from the property until he made those phone calls.
So it makes me suspicious for what does the next year look like in terms of staying in touch, checking in, and remaining in contact.
What was going on with Maddie's arm?
She looked like a piece of bread that was molding a little bit, but I don't think that was it.
I feel like she's got poison ivy or something from coming into contact with trees on the property, the woods, being out in that, out on the Tata Farms.
There's a whole lot of work. It's gonna be.
She's been doing some of the work.
It's gonna be a whole lot of work.
Now she's covered in ointments and creams. Meri? Is that a good intro for Meri?
Being covered in ointments and creams?
I don't know.
What is she covered in?
Wet t-shirts, white t-shirts. We don't know. We'll never have the answer.
Okay. Well, I would argue, if we're going to open with that, what would you say it is? Wet t-shirt or white t-shirt?
It's a wet t-shirt contest.
It's a wet t-shirt contest, you guys. Because you can have a white shirt at the contest. Like, the point of it is being wet. You can have a not white shirt be wet.
She wasn't wrong in the point that a white shirt becomes more transparent when it becomes wet.
Yes.
So, like, ideally, if you're trying to see through the shirt, white would be the best color to start with.
But what I'm getting at is you can participate in a wet t-shirt contest if your shirt is not white.
I'm pretty sure there's nobody who's going to turn you away if you're trying to participate in that.
Right. Like, that's what I'm getting at, is that the most important component is not the color of the shirt, but the wetness of the shirt.
Well, and what's underneath it, what's going to be revealed.
Clearly. Well, then that's how you determine the winners. But this is empowering, I think.
Why are we having these conversations? Like, Meri gets in the dumbest debates with her friends.
Well, we're debating it now. Well, no, I think we've reached a consensus. So that's what it is. We're trying to distill all of these terrible ideas down and then find the answer that makes the most logical sense within all of this hodgepodge of weirdness.
I kind of enjoy watching Meri, but not with what's going on. Like, I think she's an interesting person. She's clearly been a horrible person for a big part of her life. But unlike Kody, she's been able to make amends with a lot of people and to change her behavior moving forward.
Okay, so Meri, to me, feels like a Rhonda from Married at First Sight.
Okay.
Where, like, she's really fun, she's really quirky and individual and as a person. And then as soon as she gets into a relationship, here comes this whole other side of her that's just all trauma, all baggage.
Oh, well, I think that Meri has really low self-esteem and self-confidence and has her entire life. And that being alone has actually helped her in that area.
Helped her through this. Yeah, because then that was like a concern that she was talking about with Amber. They were both agreeing that like, yeah, my relationships, I usually feel worse in them. It's like not something that like lifts me up as a person. It kind of wears away and chips away at me because those are the types of people that I find myself attracted to and the relationships that I end up in.
Well, I think that Meri's like trying to make that point where she's saying, I want another person to be there to support me and cheer me on and add to my life as it exists currently. Not that I'm looking for a person who's going to complete me or who's going to make my life, I don't know, like go a different direction from where it's currently at.
Define me. Yeah, in those ways. But like, I think she did do that with Kody.
Well, yeah, she was only like 19 years old.
Yeah.
So she had no idea who she was.
This is where when Kody hears her saying that stuff, he's going to roll his eyes and be like, that's not the Meri that I know.
No,
well,
it's
yes,
not.
Clearly it's
She's
not.
50 years old now.
Yeah. So like, it's different now, different this time around. And I think she's coming to that realization where it's like, oh, that wasn't good to do that either, to like have your identity invested in this other person, because then when that goes away, then what do you have?
Yeah. And it wasn't even just in Kody specifically. It was having your identity in this family, which is what we saw her struggle with so much when she got catfished. And I mean, very clearly she was thinking about what it would be like if she chose to leave the family.
Yeah.
What does that mean for her? And then once Liam went off to college and she became an empty nester, there was that identity crisis. And so she's had to continually evolve this image of who she is. And now there is no family left. She pitches this idea of going to a singles mixer in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because this is what got the conversation started here, because it was the singles mixer. Why does she keep going out of state for stuff, or like traveling so far?
Traveling to other places to go on a date? Not even a full date. You're just going to a mixer where you're meeting somebody who you may want to actually meet up with later on. How are you going to do that if you live in different places?
She wants different hoes in different area codes?
I guess so.
I suppose.
She's making her way through the western border of the United States.
I mean, I think, what is it? Meri doesn't like to shit where she lives or shit where she eats, whatever it's called, you know, like, I don't think the dating pool is that great in Parowan anyway. We've established that.
Okay, I'm trying to make a defense for her.
Let's try and figure it out.
Maybe she's going to places where she'd be willing to move to. If she met someone and it turned into more of a relationship, that she'd be willing to live there, because Parowan does not seem to be the end all be all for her.
No.
That's not her long-term plan.
Yeah, and like the Airbnb, it's not even being listed as an Airbnb anymore when they're talking about it. It's now becoming an event space for like her events, the mediocre down events, or the worthy up events.
I don't know. We may have more mediocre down.
There's probably going to be some more mediocre down events there.
I guess we'll find out once she posts the absurd rental prices for
a
weekend at Meri's.
2 hours away from the closest airport nearby.
So she found this on TikTok? Or
That's what it looks like.
Instagram Reels. Let's be real.
This looked like AI generated footage with like the narration voiceover that was on it and stuff too. I would have been concerned as her friend. I would have been like, Meri, what did you sign me up for? What is this?
Well, the name of it is concerning.
What was it, ladies?
It's Vegas Girls event.
Vegas Girls.
That must be the company that's running this.
Vegas Girls events. Okay, yeah. And then to see the promotional materials and hearing the voiceover and stuff, and it's like, okay, yeah, what are we doing as part of this? Like, it was almost like one step away from like the Stephen Hawking robot voice for like the voiceover of it. So it's just like, and make sure to bring a friend, you know, like it was just a little unnerving.
She had Amber's consent.
No. Yeah. She had to just blindside her with this. She's like, hey, I filled out your registration card and I paid your fees so that you come with me here too, because I don't want to go to it alone.
Why can't she do these things alone? I do understand she's going a long way. So maybe you want someone to travel with?
She went to London alone. She went to Stonehenge alone.
That's true.
Too
Bitch,
far.
Get in the car and drive to Vegas.
Just go.
You'll be fine.
And then stop with you're bringing up, okay, I'm going to go to this dating event. Just show me that. I don't need a whole episode of you burning your hair in a hotel room with a straight iron.
Okay, Meri, what are you doing? I think she's got that thing cranked up over 400 degrees.
Maxed. It's maxed out.
She's already put hairspray in her hair, and now she's flat ironing it.
She was like, it's not Meg Ryan enough for me. I need to know that I've got mail.
She loves a Meg Ryan 90s movie haircut.
I think that's what she's going for here. And she's really, really, really leaning into it.
She thinks that she's the main character in a rom-com in the early 2000s.
And I mean, if you look at her situation on paper, it does sound like the beginning of a Hallmark movie, of like an enchanted B&B that's like
in the countryside,
under repair, and like, going through that. And so it's just the renovations are stressful. And then she's going to find some small town guy
who owns a Christmas tree farm.
Right. Of course. Tata Farms? No, different. That's different. Don't get it confused. Maybe
Janelle can be our first Hallmark movie, like female lead that owns a Christmas tree farm.
And then it's going to be, her next love is some Wall Street financier guy who comes back to small town North Carolina and stumbles upon, Janelle, who's now opened up this Christmas tree farm. It's not a Christmas tree farm, guys. We're coming up with a whole different Hallmark script.
But if you're interested in listening to us talk about holiday movies, we're going to be doing that on Surviving Reality this month.
Don't miss it. Yeah, make sure to check them out.
That is one of my favorite things that we do in December.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, so she's searing her hair off. They're drinking a lot before this event.
A lot, though? Well, it seemed like Meri had to keep
Meri
checking
was like,
in.
You good?
Are you good?
Are you good, Amber?
Because I think I'm good.
No, you're not.
I don't think you're good. I think she's checking with Amber because she's like, are you feeling it the way that I'm feeling it?
She was like, do you want another heavy pour? Because I'll have another if you're going to have another.
I had a whole gummy before we started drinking this stuff, so we got to be careful here.
Oh, she'd be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
We got to pace ourselves. I think I'd give her half. Yeah, just a half to start.
Why is she even going to do this? Because she's like, I don't want to feel anything. Like, maybe that's why she's...
That's why she's on the gummy.
She's had much Prosecco.
I don't want to feel anything. Yeah.
Well, but you're going on a date and you don't want butterflies. You don't want any feeling of excitement or anything to look forward to.
No, I don't like feeling the feelings at all. Yeah, I need to shut down. I got too much going on right now, actually. I need to feel less, not feel more stuff. I already feel confused, agitated, irritated, bloated, constipated. It's a whole bunch of different things.
Also, there better not be anyone there named Kody or David, because she's not willing to even entertain dating somebody if they have one of those names.
I mean, that's fair, I
get
guess.
the Kody thing.
The Kody one makes sense.
Look, the David one, it's debatable.
That would just be hilarious. It's like, because then we need to find a David for Janelle, because then it would be everybody finds
to complete the trio.
Their David after Kody would be fucking hilarious. That would be a show.
That's a new pitch for a show.
That's a great show. You need to find a new David, another David.
Finding My David.
Different,
There's the name of the show.
Finding My David.
And Christine and David can be our narrators, where they just talk about how great their relationship is.
Yeah, they'd be like the Lachey's on Love is Blind. Talking about how great their relationship is and how you guys need all the help you can get.
Meri's really still like pretty mentally fucked from the whole thing where Kody was like, I never loved any of you guys. Because as much as they're saying that's not true, or at the time when he said it, they were like, that's not true.
Clearly, yeah.
Now it's like she kind of maybe believes it. She's not sure what to believe. That's the point. She's confused about what her reality was of what she experienced firsthand and now what he's saying.
He's still gaslighting her, even from a distance here. She's letting him get to her. She needs to be a little bit more secure in her experience. And I think she still does look to other people to explain to her what her experiences are. And it's like, you got to figure that out.
Yeah. But also she has had no one to debrief from this with, because Christine and Janelle had each other where they walked away and were able to be like, no, you remember that. I remember that. That's not how it happened. She had nobody to do that with.
Yeah, it was like Jen, and Jen was like, well,
I wasn't there.
Doesn't seem like he really cared for you by most people's standards for a long time. From what you're describing, the way he was treating you from like a long time ago didn't sound good.
But like, that's not helpful to somebody who's trying to maybe relive the past a little bit and confirm what it is happened versus didn't happen. Like, we all know that Kody sucked. That doesn't help clear up the history of the past.
Right. Yeah. And that's the confusing part here, especially when Meri doesn't want to feel things. That's going to be tricky. You can't do both.
Christine?
I mean, they go bowling, so I was interested.
I was not. That's
cared.
where my brain shut off.
I needed to know what the final scores were.
I'm tired of watching every time Christine comes on the screen, they have to be like going somewhere and doing something, because absolutely nothing else is going on in their lives.
Okay, well, a couple episodes ago, she was making like diaper cakes. I'd rather watch them go bowling than
fair.
diaper cakes. I'm just going to throw that out there.
So you were entertained by this.
I'm okay with going and doing stuff. Like, then I'm at least seeing something happen. It's not like...
You were okay with the facials the last episode?
Oh, I had to really think about what you were asking me there for a second. I was like, wait, what?
Is it better when they go out and do things and some of the kids are there? Because they had Truly and Isabel with them.
Maybe that's what's helping too, is that we got to see that dynamic a little bit more. I'm just saying, like, okay, in comparison to it's Janelle, who's just going out to dinner with her friends, or like in New Orleans, yes, she's doing stuff, but it's just her sitting around talking with friends in different rooms, in different places. And then Meri, are we talking with Amber at the Lizzie's Heritage Inn, or are we talking in a Vegas hotel room?
Yeah, I think part of the magic that this show lost was we used to get to see them talk to the kids a lot, and we don't get that anymore.
Well, just like familial interactions in general. Yeah, of like, we're doing a family trip.
Well, that's why it feels like you're watching a produced show now, versus the early seasons of the show felt almost like you were a fly on the wall while their daily lives were going on around them. They don't have things happening in their everyday lives that are interesting to watch now that all the kids are grown up and they're not a family anymore.
And that they don't know who they are as individuals.
Yeah. So they have to go seek out these experiences to be filmed.
Yeah, like they are struggling with, what do I do with my existence at this point? And it's like, you need to live your life. And then they're too afraid to even explore what that looks like. What does that mean? I don't have time to deal with all of that.
So this was just more fanfare for David, because one of the things that Isabel was afraid of when David and Christine got married was, is he going to try to swoop in and become my dad?
Is he going to Kody? Is he out Kody?
She's like, I heard he have a Kody.
I don't need another.
I don't want another one.
If Kody is what dad is, I don't want more of that. Can we differentiate between these things? But like, I think that's what she was afraid of, right? Was because Kody as a stepdad, Isabel saw Kody as a stepdad where he came over and became bio dad retroactively for Robyn's kids. Maybe Isabel was a little bit freaked out by that, looking and seeing how that experience
thinking that's
went.
What's going to happen. You know what the problem with this is to me? They're talking a lot about how David has reacted to becoming a stepdad, but then we're lacking the conversation about how has Kody, like, how has he changed how he interacts with the kids now that they have a stepdad as well? Because he seems to have just taken a step back and just completely excluded himself from their lives, even though David's not forcing that to be the situation.
Right, yeah, it's not because of David's actions that Kody is limited in his interactions with the kids.
It was really sad when Isabel was trying to explain, I'm not like close with my dad.
Not close.
Like, I worry that she's still trying to not hurt his feelings when she speaks on television.
Oh, yeah.
it does sound like they must have some type of relationship, whether it's just like a phone call once a year or it's more extensive than that. It didn't sound like they have like no contact with each other, but it's not what she wants.
Yeah. And I mean, the scary part for me here too is when then she's talking about how Christine does everything. She's mom and dad to Isabel, and that's all I need anyway. And it's like, oh, that's not fair though. Yeah, like that's not, if that's how she's coming to terms with it, where she's just so thankful that Christine's such a great mom, that's kind of heartbreaking in that sense though, too, of just like, that's what she's come to terms with.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's great that you have that support from your mom, but it sucks that you don't have a dad who's there to give like their unique perspective on things that are going on with with your life, or advice, or whatever it is that she might turn to him for, that she knows she just has to default to Christine.
To know and realize that, oh, I can't even attempt to rely on Kody as my dad is the harder part, I think, to kind of grasp in all of that.
I would be really interested if they would sit the kids on the couch, like say Isabel and then Aurora or Brianna, and ask them the same question and see how they answer differently about how they feel about Kody as a dad in that specific circumstance. Just because that's like almost what needed to be done to prove to Kody before that there was a disparity in the level of these relationships or his investment in them. I think it needed to be proven when they were a lot younger.
Like with the anthropologists, they did that. They came and they came and called it out. They were like, "Oh, it seems like you don't have a close relationship with your daughters. It seems like you have an easier time bonding with your sons because there's a physical prowess, shared interest through wrestling or roughhousing or playing or whatever that you can get on their level with, and then you have absolutely no way to connect with your daughters though." So like that's been called out a long time ago.
And that was at the time that Isabel was really struggling with wanting to have more time with him, and they had to go on that girls trip.
Yes. That was her birthday trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
She in particular has been saying this for a long time.
Right.
That she wants a closer relationship with her dad. So I think she's one of the kids that kind of disproves where he keeps saying, "You need to engage with me, and then I'll engage with you."
I think Isabel has proven time and time again that I want to have this be a relationship that what else does she need to do?
Well, even Maddie's saying that too, right? And Maddie's really mad at him.
Yeah.
But the caveat is there needs to be consistency, because I don't want my kids to experience having a grandpa who comes in and out of their lives.
Okay, here's the wild part then. And this is absolutely in no way a defense of Kody Brown at all. So don't get this twisted. How is he able to do that though when he's father to 18 children of consistency? I mean, I guess like if Maddie's talking about like what does that look like from that perspective? We don't know what that technically means by her definition, I suppose, when you just hear her say that one thing in passing in this episode. But like, what would he be able to do as part of that, maybe to show her that consistency?
They're going to need to go to family therapy to talk that out.
I guess. Or even if it's just like, holidays and stuff, or something, you know?
Calling her kids on their birthdays every year. Like, he doesn't even do things like that. He doesn't even know some of her kids were born. He didn't know that she was pregnant the whole time.
I mean, to be fair, if you're expecting birthday calls, if he has COVID, we know that's not in play. Never forget.
Let's get to the man of the hour.
Never forget, Gabe.
Robyn and Kody are going out to eat yet again.
See, this is where this show feels like a Spanish telenovela, where it's like, it's just two people meeting up to have a conversation. So that's what I was saying. Like with Janelle and her friends, it's talking. Meri and her friends is just talking. Kody and Robyn are just meeting up at various restaurants that they're closing down in Flagstaff for different conversations that are taking place.
Surprisingly, this one's still open.
They haven't
cursed it yet.
This one made it.
Did you notice the bowl of citrus in the back of them on the counter?
No.
I think they were oranges and lemons.
Yeah, like it looked like a bar. Well, were they sliced?
I want to be no.
Okay.
It was a whole lemon. I want to be seated with a view of the citrus, please.
Yes, within arm's reach, preferably.
No, remember like last season when they kept saying they never get to go out together? that it's so rare for them to get to go out on a date because they're
Seems
so
like
busy
they're
with the kids.
really making time for that this season.
Yeah, for real.
Well, and when they were saying this episode is extending an olive branch, I thought that we were going to end up at Fat Olives
Oh.
to extend an olive branch.
Apropos, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
They missed out on
But
that.
that was a couple episodes ago when they ordered in, though, to make the announcement of the Coyote Pass sale to Robyn's kids. Different.
There's an occasion, though, for coming here because Kody has Robyn present so that he can have a conversation with her about something that he is very excited about. He has an idea to pitch.
Something that the Lord's been putting on his heart recently.
Okay, but I feel like the Lord's doing an okay job, like a better job than Robyn is doing at getting him to reconsider some of his actions.
Okay, here's what's wild, is it seems like Kody has had some self-reflection, some understanding of like, I need to atone for my responsibility in making my ex-wives' lives a little bit more miserable than I really needed to. So that's kind of the realization here, which is like surprising to say the least, I think. But like, okay, we're on the right path. Like you're going in the right direction at least. And then Robyn is very quick to be like, I don't think you should discount how you were feeling at the time. Like he just gets a pass to treat everybody like shit because he felt yucky. So he gets to take that out on everybody.
I was thinking in this scene, where is Robyn? The Robyn who is always trying to back up her sister wives. Because instead of saying, yeah, you should go apologize to them, instead she introduced a new frown to us that we haven't seen before.
It was like a contemplative, hopeful frown where this seems promising, but I don't know if I trust it yet.
Neither do we.
It's the eyebrows raised, but still full frown mode on for the lower half of the face.
That's just the way the muscles in her face work. She can't actually
It's
turn them the other way.
Default resting state now, yes.
Don't you think, though, she should have said, yeah, you should apologize to them. You did a lot of messed up stuff during the divorce that I've said multiple times I don't agree with.
That was rough, yeah.
Also, can you tell me what it is you are going to apologize for?
Okay, well, here's where it goes a little bit off the rails, because then it was like, oh, that was the too good to be true part. Because then as Kody continues talking, and then he explains his logic and his reasoning and shows his work on how he reached this conclusion, it's like, okay, now we're back to square one, because you are just out here to apologize to these women, to have them stop saying negative things about the horrible things that you said to them.
He made it sound like he thinks that he lives rent-free in their heads and that he needs to set them free by giving them this apology.
Which that doesn't really track. And like normally if you're going to apologize to someone, it's because you should feel sorry for the things that you said or you did or whatever your personal decisions had an impact on them.
Right. And there's also not an expectation that this person's either going to accept your apology or that means that you're absolved of everything.
So I think he's going into this with ulterior motives, and then he's trying to win this. He's trying to win, like, by being the better person on the other side of this divorce now, where I've come to terms with this.
Well, so that's a good point, because I was just going to say, it was interesting that when he first spoke to Robyn about this, not the apology stuff, but wanting to have a better relationship with the kids, he felt like the path to do that was through his ex-wives, which seems to relate now to this, where he's going to go offer them up apologies. He didn't mention the kids at all in this conversation. So is that really why you're doing this? That you want to have a better relationship with your kids and you feel like you need to repair it with their moms first? Or is it that you want them to stop saying things that you find embarrassing when they air on TV? Or that make you look bad because they are bad, because you're a bad person.
It's more ulterior motives. Yeah, because then if you're saying, oh, I want to have a better relationship with my kids, but the only way to do that is to stop bashing their moms. Okay, yeah, I think that should have already taken place from the start.
It was just weird for the one thing that he's going to apologize for to be, I'm going to say sorry about the fact that I said that I never loved you.
That was where Robyn got on board, though, with the apology, where she was like, yeah, that one did mess me up, too. It messed me, Robyn, up.
Why is Robyn making it about herself again?
Amazing how we're always able to spin this stuff up to how does this impact Robyn? Because that's what it comes down to here, too.
Why go and offer a singular apology, though? Why don't you go in there and apologize for everything you did wrong? Not just this one thing that you said that you're expecting was hurtful to them.
Yeah, because it seems like this is more upsetting to Robyn than to the OG3. Right. Well, maybe
to
Meri.
Robyn, or he expects that was just such a deep wound that he inflicted on them out of everything that was said, to have, the fact that I didn't love you, that would be the thing that would be the most hurtful. But meanwhile, all their kids are upset and hurting and missing the fact that they don't have a father. I'm pretty sure that's the thing that keeps them up at night.
Well, also, I mean, Meri does seem pretty messed up by it still to this point. She was talking about that this episode too, how she's still kind of shook from that.
I think she's the one he least wants to extend an apology to begin with.
Well, because then he has to rank in order here. So that's where he was like, I'm going with Janelle first. Because I don't think it's a good idea if I get all three of them in the same room and do like a generalized apology here.
No, he was afraid they're going to gang up on him.
That's exactly what he was afraid of. And that's why I was like, oh, maybe you should do that at the tell-all at the reunion.
Yeah.
But they are not going to do that, clearly. So, yeah, he doesn't want to get in the same room with all of them because then they will each have their own valid reasons of why this apology is not acceptable. And then
they get each other thinking.
Yeah, it's going to turn everyone against it. So I think what he's posing first is that he's going to go to Janelle because she's an easy win here. All he has to do is say, I'm sorry. And then she's going to be like, wow, that's impressive because I've never heard those words from him, like ever. Yeah. So that's growth for her just by that standard. Then he'll be able to go probably to Christine because he's really dreading the Meri apology. So he's going to go to Christine next, and then he's going to say, well, my apology with Janelle went so well. If you have trouble accepting this apology, Christine, that's on you. And then I have to forge ahead here.
Then you're the asshole.
You are the asshole, not me, because I'm apologizing.
I just have asshole potential.
Yes. I just, act like an asshole at every opportunity that I have. That doesn't mean that I am an asshole necessarily.
We're like beyond that even on this show. Just viewers, how we feel about him.
Kody was trying to say that before the divorces, he thought that everybody liked him. Did you read the comments on Twitter at that time? It was not going well, sir, at season 14, season 15.
You think he meant the audience? That he thought the audience
He said
liked
everyone.
Him?
He said, I thought everyone liked me. And it's like, there were a lot of people who don't like you. A lot of people who don't like you. So, like, to go at it from that angle, even, of just, you're on a show, you're living your life on TV here for the world to see and comment on. Yeah, there was a lot of people who did not like the way that this was going.
I also don't think it's a genuine apology because he's too mad at Meri and Christine still to go do that. He's trying to put it off because he needs to distance himself or shut off those emotions a little bit better than where they're currently sitting.
Why is he mad at Meri, though?
Because Meri got the spiritual divorce and got him yelled at through the church.
Okay. Well, I mean, and that's what Janelle's kicking around, that idea still, again, because this is the second or third time she has to bring this up before she actually goes and does anything for it. But, like, for him, maybe it's like the annoying thing about that was that it was like they were always on the same page behind closed doors, off camera.
Who? Him and
Kody and Meri.
Okay.
Were like pretty much on the same page of this ain't it. We're not doing this anymore. And Meri just wanted him to say that publicly on camera, admit that. And he would not do that.
Okay. I think it's because Meri managed to embarrass the shit out of him on the way out. And he doesn't like that. Getting the spiritual divorce, all the stuff that she aired on TV about how he was, him and Robyn were pretending that there was some carrot on a stick for her to follow around for all of these years.
And that's not even like Meri showing her ass in that way either, because it's like...
No, she just started spitting facts and telling us what was going on.
This is why I'm so confused as a person involved in this relationship, is what she was telling us, because every time Meri would talk to Kody, it sounded like things were over. So we just need to end things. But then when she would talk to him about ending things, then it was, whoa, no, we got to make this work, try harder, double down stuff. And she's like, I can't keep doing the loop.
I also think he holds the stuff that Jen has said about him against her and feels like Jen is actually her mouthpiece to say mean things about him, because she's been trying to be real high and mighty about how she moves past all of this. But then Jen will say nasty things about him.
That's a very real possibility, yes.
And he hasn't liked her for a very long time.
That's what it really comes down to. I mean, it's just general incompatibility.
Like basically since day one. He resents having had to pretend to be in a relationship
from the
with her.
start, yes, because this has just been a grueling journey from the onset here.
Yeah. Also, I think he means it the least.
Yeah, that's the one. That's going to be the toughest act.
And I like that in what we saw, she's going to end up holding him, like, his feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Where she's like, okay.
I need to know specific things.
Elaborate.
Say more.
Say more. Explain that. What do you mean by that? You're apologizing for what? You're apologizing for this, but not for that?
Right. I'm apologizing for the things that I had a personal involvement in that I feel responsible and guilty for. So that way I don't have to feel guilty anymore. But I'm not admitting to the stuff that you claim that I did, which I absolutely did, because that's stuff that happened.
Okay, I also think he would like to walk into the tell-all with Suki and be able to answer, I've apologized for that.
Clean slate.
And Janelle, Meri, Christine, they've accepted my apology, so I don't want to talk about that anymore.
We're over that. Moving on. What's your next question?
I won't answer that one either.
Let's talk about something else.
Will he bring an NDA with him to sign? For
Suki to sign.
At the end of every apology, there's also paperwork that needs to be completed.
Of course. A quick paperwork shuffle, though. Nothing to mark the date over or anything.
No, just to prove that you've really accepted my apology, I'm going to need you to sign this confidentiality agreement.
This is the official trademark forgiveness contract that we are entering into, the forgiveness agreement.
Very small font down at the bottom that says that they can't speak disparagingly about him on national television.
Yeah, no more bringing this stuff up. No more talking about this anymore.
Now, Robyn thought this may never happen because he blows smoke up a lot of people's asses. But he's in North Carolina at the end of the episode. He made it to his destination.
Well, I loved that part with Robyn where she's like, Kody says a lot of stuff. Not a lot of it happens. So I'm just going to let him run with this whole idea.
We should get a super cut of that.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of people who have called that out. I think that was when they were building the homes in Vegas. I think that was Hunter, or maybe it was Gwen. It was like a kid at the time.
I think Gwen said it when they moved to Flagstaff.
Okay. Gwen said it when they moved to Flagstaff. And then I think Hunter said it when they were building the houses in Vegas.
Yeah, no one believed anything that he used
There's
to
a
say.
timeline. There's established. They're saying these things. Usually it doesn't happen. So let's not count on it. But no, here he is. He's in North Carolina.
Looking for Fat Olives or some type of equivalent.
Something nearby. And
he's not invited to Maddie's house.
No, clearly not. So we have to see him take a seat here and then wait to see if Janelle's going to stand him up. I think that's the cliffhanger for this week.
I would show up an hour late after the way he dicked me around with Coyote Pass.
Janelle was in on the dicking, though. Wasn't she? Kind of. She was dicking adjacent.
Well, next week's episode is called We Used to Be Lovers. So we can only imagine where that's coming from.
We were trying to guess who says it, and Carly thinks that Kody says it. And then I was thinking that Cody's going to refer to him and Janelle as lovers, and then Janelle's going to have to correct him and say, we used to be lovers. So I think it's going to be a Janelle one.
I mean, I am rooting for your interpretation.
I would like that. So I would like it to be a Janelle quote in response to something stupid that Cody's saying, instead of having it be a Kody line. But I think it's probably one of them.
I can't believe we didn't even see Meri go to this event. So we're going to have to watch her go to this dating event next episode.
I don't like the talking about doing something and then you got to wait a whole other episode to see the thing that we're talking about doing. Just do the thing. Go do the thing right now and show me so that we can talk about it.
What other things are we doing? There's a lot going on in the podcast.
We've got one more episode of Seeking Sister Wife over on our other podcast, Surviving Reality. So you can check that out. The season finale, that drops tomorrow.
And then after that, we're going to go into our holiday watch.
We have the holiday, a very merry marathon over there on Surviving Reality for the month of December, which we are going to then cap off with a Traitors recap as well before Traitors Season 4 starts. We're going to be doing recaps of every single episode of that. January 8th is the first episode on Peacock. So we'll be dropping episodes probably, I don't know if we figured out that Tuesday, shortly after.
Something like that. We'll
Something
let you know as it gets
during
closer.
the week, yes.
Also, if you've been eyeing up some merch in the merch store and you haven't committed to anything yet, or maybe you're looking for a gift for someone, the entire merch store is 25% off through the end of December.
We're extending the Black Friday sale through the end of the year, so then everybody can go in, grab those discounts, grab your merch.
You can find a link to the store in our show notes, in the Beacons link.
The Beacons link.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.